first met Jason, um, I had no clue what autism was.
Very
I
cool.
didn't really understand any of it. I heard about it. Um, what life has been like with you. It's been, you know what? It's been a ride. It's been quite a ride. Um, I, I tell people that he
Mama.
is a real test of patience. And as you can see, whenever you talk, he likes to talk over you because he thinks that he's missing something or whatever. But it's okay. Stop that. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, but I wouldn't have it any other way. He's a blessing in our lives, and he's just a wonderful guy. He really is a good guy, and I am blessed to have him in my life because he is really something. And some people would say that you married into this, you're crazy, but you know what? It's okay. I'm not. Maybe I'm crazy, but it's okay because he's kept me from going crazy. Actually, he's he's a handful, but he does what when we're out together. He does whatever I tell him to do. He behaves himself. You know, he only acts like a goofball when we're at home, and that's okay. You know, he's just being comfortable. He's comfortable with me as a step parent enough to to do what he does, and it's okay. Um, he's starting to speak a little bit better. You know, I think maybe I don't know. Your sentences are running a little bit better, and you whisper to me. He whispers to me like correct sentences, but I think that he's a little shy to speak it. I don't know why. It's kind of a weird thing, but um, um, it just seems like he. I'm not saying he's going to get better or anything like that. He's going to be like this, I'm sure, for the rest of our lives and everything. But he does. He understands everything that's going on and whatever's happening. He helps me unload the truck. He helps me with chores around the house. Um, and he's a little obstinate at first, but once he gets into it, he's fine. I mean, I've had him help me work on the band trailer. He helps me with my tools. Um, he does just about everything I tell him to do. You know, I just gotta watch him. But other than that, he does a good job, and you know it's everything for him, and he matters the most in everybody's life. Him first, and I say that kind of jokingly, but he just knows every moment of every day that that he makes sure that he gets what he needs. So we always know what he needs. It's a little scary sometimes because, like, when he's sick or something like that, he can't explain what's the matter with him. Like if he's got a stomach ache or he's got a headache or there's something wrong with him. Um, that's a little difficult, you know. But he's hardly ever sick. He's probably got an immune system of 20 different really super healthy people. And he barely ever gets sick. He had the coronavirus and had a runny nose for a couple of days. That was about the extent of it. But living with him and doing different stuff, he behaves and he does pretty well. And living with an autistic child, yeah, it's a little bit challenging, but it's okay. I mean, you know, you just, as long as you don't have all these high expectations, like one day he's going to be better and he's going to be doing this or doing that. Well, he's Jason is Jason. That's just who Jason is, and he makes leaps and bounds and then some of the times he doesn't. You know, it's just one of those things. But there's a few stories when we first got together was pretty crazy. He loved the mud, and one incident he was out in the mud, and we would just let the water run, and he would be wallowing around like a pig out in the backyard, and we just let him do it. It was just his thing. And one day, I went outside, and he wasn't out there, and I'm thinking, oh crap, I don't know where he went, you know. And then Miranda, his sister, said, "Hey, the neighbor is knocking on the front door." So I ran to the front door, and here's the neighbor with Jason. Well, what he did is he crawled over the fence. He crawled up a stack of wood that I had piled there, crawled up and jumped over the fence, went inside the guy's house and sat on his couch. The guy was in getting a beer, and he came out, and here's Jason, full of mud, sitting on the guy's couch. And the guy kind of freaked out a little bit and didn't know what to think, and he was like, he said, "Who are you?" He's trying to talk to him, and Jason's saying, "No, no, 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 no." So he's like freaking out. "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." You know, "It's okay, it's okay." So he brought him over to the house, and he's freaking, "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to scare him or anything." And I'm thinking, no, it's okay, man. Probably a good thing to do when you have an autistic child is make the neighbors aware of who they have living next door, in case they have a visitor sit on the couch full of mud. But and there's some different some all kinds of different stories. And then my family, of course, had no idea what autism was all about. And we were visiting down at my dad's house, and Jason, he has like a self-abuse thing. That's the only thing that's a little tough. Is he's always had this kind of weird thing about hitting himself or hitting his elbows on things, and he was going through a spell, and these only last like a few months, and then something else will happen. But he was banging his head on things, and my dad had this glass table that we were all eating on, and Jason decided to pound his head on the glass table, and my dad freaked out, and he's just like, "What the hell's the matter with this kid? He's gonna break his head. He's gonna break his head." But anyways, it was just one of those things, and you just have to take him away from there, and then he's good for a while. You gotta watch him, you know. But there are so many other things that, you know. When he was younger, he would screech a little bit in the store, and we would put him in the child seat in the basket. And a lot of the people, especially older people that don't understand, would give a lot of dirty looks. They just don't have any tolerance or any kind of patience whatsoever. It just kind of drives me crazy with some people these days. And she was sitting there, she's looking at me, and she's looking at him, and she was standing about 2 feet away from him, and I told her, I looked at her, I said, "Hey, watch how close you are, because he'll bite you." And she just freaked out, and she ran off, and I was laughing my ass off. I thought that was pretty funny. But it's fun like that, too. You can have fun with him like that, too, in public. All kidding aside, it's been a challenge, but any kid is a challenge. The thing about Jason is we know where he's going to be. With all the rest of the kids, you know, driving, oh my God, when Miranda started driving, it was just like nobody got sleep. I was scared to death for the first 2 years that she was driving. The other kids, how are they going to make it in life? Are they going to be okay? Are they going to be able to make a living for themselves? I mean, there's all these things that you have to worry about with kids, just kids, you know. And I think, you know, after 18, you don't have to worry about them anymore. No, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher as they get older. With Jace, though, you know what's going on, and it's not really a big deal, you know. Jace is Jace, and that's just the way it is. And I'm proud of him for who he is and who he's become. Huh? Are you proud of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love you, man. I have to tell him that he loves me. Yeah, okay. Thanks, bud. Thanks. Yeah.
Mike has been an amazing parent. Um, and even though he has no biological children, he's raised so many other people's children, whether relatives, friends that he's just been a mentor to, stepchildren. It's just something that it's unique about Mike. And anyone you meet will tell you that. Anyone that's seen him with kids, just such a loving force, and he gets them. My son especially. Mike tells me all the times that he sees himself in Jason, certain things Jason does and stuff. He reminds me of Jason's age. He just has this intuitive knowledge about a young man and what a young man would be going through. And when Jason was a preteen and a teenager, Mike would tell me, hey, I went through this and this is how I handled things, and I would get angry or I would do this. He gets him. And that's been such a wonderful thing for our family.
Straighten it out. Now go. There you go, see? Good boy. You got it, man. Thank you.
Of course, I'm showing you all of these working videos, and we do more than work. And Mike really enjoys working with Jason on music. And here's a little clip of him trying to teach Jason some things on the drums. Mike's a professional drummer on top of being a tile contractor. So here's them working together. I hope that this video has helped you see how my wonderful husband Mike interacts with Jason and how a stepfather can be amazing. I also want you to see how much Jason does. If he's encouraged, there's so many things that he can do. And we're so proud of the progress that he's made and so proud of who he is today. So I hope you've enjoyed this.